Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I hope that you are doing well. It is now 5:58, so we'll just wait 2 more minutes for persons to come on, okay?
Is it a pleasure to be here today for the launch of EduHub's Study Smart app. EduHub Study Smart is your ultimate study companion. It is your ultimate exam companion. EduHub has provided us a technological space. So no longer will we say, go and find your book. Go and log on to the app.
The app was an easy access app. I could access the app at any given time, and that motivated me to study more.
Parents imagine a space where, even when we don't understand PEP, we'll be able to help and nurture our children in a more supportive way. If we squeeze an extra half an hour or 2 hours on the weekend to do some hard work with our children, we get the response in real time. And guess what? It's on their devices.
It is indeed my pleasure, my joy, my sense of inspiration and promise for our education system, in a sense of excitement, that I declare the EduHub Study Smart app officially launched.
This app is one that is highly interactive and one that will be of great benefit to our children. And it is one that I am most eager to adopt into our school.
Study Smart. Yeah, you don't know EduHub introducing the Study Smart app to the world. Study Smart act like you a propeller. Make you take off like helicopter. Know your material from chapter to chapter. Language, science, or maths you can learn faster. So make me bust out and study smarter, not harder. And get with the app, push a little further. Bust out and study smarter, not harder. Wrong by wrong way, I climb up the ladder. Study Smart app, study Smart app. Just download EduHub Study Smart app. Study faster, on the Study Smart.
All right, colleagues, we are starting right about now. So let me just go ahead and stop sharing and so that I can see you clearly. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. I know that everybody is muted. So I'm going to ask you to quickly put in the chat, or you can unmute and share with me. I'd love to hear your voices just a bit. Just to tell me, in a sentence or two, what is the biggest challenge that you have with your students preparing for PEP? What is the biggest challenge that you or your you realize that you or your students, or if you have a child, what's the biggest challenge that you think that they have when it comes down to sitting the PEP exam? So you can post it in the chat, or you can just raise your hand, and I'll ask you to unmute, and you can share. So, what is your biggest challenge? I see Miss who's this now? Let me see who is here. Miss Blake is here. Miss Fowler is here. Miss Henry is here as well. So you can go ahead and just share what is the biggest challenge that you're having with your students. Anybody? Nobody want to share?
All right, good evening,
Good evening.
Miss Fowler.
Hi, Miss
All
Fowler.
right, so one of the biggest challenges that my students have is the amount of content that they have to deal with to get prepared for PEP. And
Mm-hmm.
especially like for the language arts,
Mm-hmm.
for the reading of the sources and the what you call it now, taking out the material and putting it into their own words. They have a
Mm-hmm.
challenge with that.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. So you're saying that the main thing that you're picking up is the content is heavy, and then for them to just read the, several pieces from the sources and then put it in their own words so that they can interpret it properly and then respond
Yeah.
to the questions appropriately.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else wish to share before I go into sharing my story with you quickly, and then go straight into the demo of the application. So I have a son who sat PEP 3 years ago. It seems so long, right? But that was during COVID. He sat PEP, and I was having a serious challenge with him sitting the exam because one is that the content, as Miss mentioned, is very heavy. The exam is also new. I'm a teacher myself, and so I was trying to see how best I can help him. So what I did, I went out, I bought a lot of books, bought a lot of workbooks, a lot of content, and see how best we could work together. But then I realized that as a teacher, into teacher mode, I had to sit down and mark all of those those assignments that I would have given him, the worksheets, the past paper questions. I had to sit down and mark them and then give him the feedback because marking them without any feedback is useless. And then outside of that, when I was still doing all of that, we had to go through each question individually because just so that he understands it. That was a holy power. And so I said, no, there must be a better way to do this thing. And so what I did was I started to start putting the questions together, start, looking at how best we can create a digital platform. I started looking at what is out there as well in terms of digitally. Didn't say anything much that really fit the curriculum, and that I put him on one and he didn't like it. So I said, all right, I'm going to create something. And so that's how Study Smart actually started, with me creating something for my son. And then I realized that as I talk to the teachers, as I talk to the principals, as I interact with the parents, that there's a need for an application like this that actually simplifies the exam, simplifies the way the students can approach the exam and get them very comfortable in actually preparing for the exam, because it is really a space where it is very pressuring on them. They get very nervous and very anxious because it's a lot of work. And so it is to really assist them with their exam preparation. So the name of the application is Study Smart. So it is EduHub Study Smart to be specific, right? So the logo that you see behind me, this is the logo, and you can also see it on the screen. So that's the logo, EduHub Study Smart. All right, and I want to share with you this afternoon some of the different features of the app, as well as how the app works from a school perspective, as well as from an individual parent's perspective. All right, if you could just drop in the chat for me which schools you're from, that would be very helpful. If you're from the same school or if you're from different schools, just drop it in the chat for me, please. So that we can also, I kind of have an idea as to where you are in terms of your general locations. All right. So the EduHub Study Smart, as I mentioned, was designed specifically to assist students who are doing their PEP exams. And so because of that, we would have done a lot of work in making sure that the app is fully aligned with the National Standards Curriculum. So there's two things that you must know. The app is fully aligned with the National Standards Curriculum, and it is also fully aligned with the PEP exam in terms of the features of the exam and how the exam is set up. The app is also divided into grades. So if a child is in grade 4, then they will only be seeing grade 4 content. All right, if a child is in grade 5 content, grade 6 content. Now, let's go into what is on this app and how it is that your students can benefit from it. All right, so let me just go ahead and present. There we go. All right. So EduHub Study Smart. All right, so first thing that you need to know is that it has practice tests per strand. So every strand that the child does, there are practice tests per strand. There are also mock exams and challenges that are based on abilities, of course. And it is fully aligned to the grade 4 to 6 national standards curriculum. The app also has AI features where we can track the students' progress and also where we provide students with information in regards to their areas of weaknesses. We don't keep that information to ourselves, of course. We also give the school full access to the content that we would have gathered in terms of their areas of weaknesses. All right? So let's go into what the app does. So in terms of reporting, you'll get progress report in terms of subject, topic, time mode versus practice mode. So the app itself has time mode and practice mode. All right, so a child can practice in time mode or the child can practice in practice mode. So self-paced, or if the child is slow, time mode. All right, we also have dashboards, of course. So principal dashboard. This is where the principal can actually see from top down what is happening with the students, how well they're progressing, and it is all the students in the school. Because I strongly believe in data. Data is gold. Anybody else believe that? Yes, data is definitely gold. And if you have data and you can see from, say, December, where the students are at, what are the areas of weaknesses, then come January, you'll be able to know, have targeted intervention because you know exactly where your child is at. In terms of the teacher dashboard, it's very similar to the principal dashboard. It then gives you what is happening with your students in the class itself. Parent dashboard as well. So the child or the parent will also be able to see what is happening. This is also in the app. So you will see the progress report in the app as well. All right, as I mentioned, AI integration, I did mention that earlier. And we are fully aligned to the national standards curriculum, and we do give you data on the questions, the topics, the subjects that the students would have completed. All right? Why am I going forward instead of backwards? Give me a second. In addition to that, the students actually love the gamification feature of the app. So they get points and badges. So they get to unlock badges based on the number of points that they have. And the points are awarded 1 point per correct answer. There's also a leaderboard, and they are very excited about that because they get to see their names on the leaderboard. And they also get to see which schools are leading on the leaderboard. So they're actually in love with that, of course. And we also have a read aloud feature for the students who might not be reading very well. The questions can be read to them. I did mention time mode and practice mode. Give me a second, please. I'm going to disconnect it. Still hearing me? No. Great. All right, so in terms of notifications, so students will receive notifications showing the different progress reports, including upcoming challenges, etc. All right, now there are some other features in terms of support. So we also give support in terms of the bot. So we do have, we're implementing a bot as we speak to provide support, but in lieu of the bot, we have frequently asked questions, and we also have videos showing how to use the app. Plus, we also have a WhatsApp feature within the app in case you have any questions. In addition to that, we also have a report a question in the app as well. So if there's an issue with a question, you just go ahead and hit that report a question button. And the whole point of having the report a question button is because we're big on quality. So to make sure that we keep the quality of the questions at a high level, if you see any discrepancies in any of the questions or the answers, or if any grammatical error or anything you see in there, we'll be happy to make any corrections because we're big on quality. All right. Another way that teachers can connect with the students is by joining a class. So every teacher will have a class. We'll see all of your students, their progress reports, etc. To support the students, we also have pep talk. So before the exam, sometime 2 weeks before each exam, we give them some extra support via pep talk sessions. And these are held, as I mentioned, before the exams. All right, so before I go into the implementation strategy, I want to show you how the app actually works. So let me just try and share my screen from my phone. So give me 1 second. Okay. Let me just open the app first. Give me 1 second, please. I am going to do the demo in a bit. So I just realized that I need to subscribe. So, Sinisha, could you just look for Smart Campbell and subscribe it for me, please? Thanks. All right. In the meantime, so you're looking for Lyndon Campbell on this account. In the meantime, let me just continue going through the presentation while she does that. All right. All right. So from the school level, since we're talking to most of the teachers and principals now, at the school level, this is how you implement the product. There are 2 strategies, right? So the school strategy, where as a teacher, as a school, you can implement it at the school level. There's also another strategy where you can just download the app for your child, and you can pay through the app, through Google Play or Apple, and you can actually pay for the app and use it as an individual. So we are really speaking primarily now to the school access, where as a school, you'll get certain benefits from coming together as a school. All right. So for the school access, we start with school registration. So school registration includes collecting the names of all the students. So we'll send you an Excel sheet. You would collect the names of all of your students. So at the end of this session, Sinisha, I'm sure, will send you an Excel sheet with where you will put in the names of the students, their email addresses, and their grade level. All right. And you will also add, if there's a teacher who's assigned to that student, the teacher gets access to the app for free, as well as the dashboard, once you have a group of students coming on. So you just add the name of the teacher, email address, and grade level as well as the principal in that Excel sheet. Okay? Next step is that once you have submitted that, before you submit it to us, you also have to inform the parents. Parents will pay. So the parents will pay $4.5 if and only if they're signing up through the school. So let me say it again. You will pay $4.5 only if they're signing up through the school. If they're not signing up through the school, it is $10,000 for the year, $6,000 for 6 months, and $2,000 for 1 month. So the only time they get the discount is when they're signing up through the school. And I'll tell you the prices again a little later. All right. So once you send that to us, we'll upload your file all of the users will get their login information, right? You will get it two ways. You will get back the Excel sheet with everybody's password so that you can distribute it to the parents for those who didn't see the email. And they will also get an email. So every email that you send to us, the students will get an email with their login credentials. Okay? So the users will log into the app. And again, we have an auto video in terms of how to log into the app. So don't worry about that. We'll show you how to do that. And it's easy. Just log in with your username and password and they log into the app. After that, the students start doing their work. And of course, you start accessing the dashboard. And our support team is right here now, provide the necessary support to you. All right? Okay? So that's for the implementation strategies. I'm going to just pause. Let's going to pause now and take any questions that you might have before we go any further. So let me just stop sharing for a second so that you can ask any questions that you have before we jump into the actual demo of the application. Any questions? Yes, no, maybe so. Hello? I don't like to talk to myself, you know. I don't like it. Anybody? All right, let me continue then. All right, so let me just sign in on my phone. All right, and I'm going to just get in now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen from my phone. So just give me 1 second, please. Share screen. Yes. There we go. All right, so you should be seeing, I'm in grade 6 for now. Tanisha, I still saying that I'm not subscribed. Just check that I'm subscribed, please, before going any further. Okay. So I'm going to log out again. Didn't test this. Let me try it on the Apple phone. All right. So let me continue. Tanisha, please check to make sure that I am. You got in? All right, go ahead and share your screen for me, please. Go ahead and share your screen. So let's open the app and share your screen for me. All right. Give me a second, colleagues. I'm just going to play a video in the meantime until we sort this out quickly. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to play a video in the meantime. All right.
Acting Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education and Youth. I am so proud of Davy and her team, and I am proud of what this represents. Now, we are at a time in education where we are now fully cognizant of the impact and the success that we can experience as a result of the integration of technology. Now, this is what that app is, an opportunity to enrich the learning experience for our boys and our girls. I am delighted and I'm excited. I just want to just celebrate with the developers and the innovators today. And because the material in the app is aligned to the NSC, it is telling us the level of mastery with the curriculum. You know, the strands in the curriculum, the topics in the curriculum, the app is able to tell us us which area of strength is coming out, which also tells us what is happening with our teachers, because our students can perform because of the exposure provided by our teachers and of course their parents. And so it's telling us how competent is our student with respect to the curriculum. We are proud of you at the Ministry of Education. This is what we want learning to be. It's not just about passing exam, but about our learners to become manufacturers, developers, not just users of research, but to generate their own research and to create and innovate. That's what the true product of our education model is about. And we are grateful and happy to see it's happening right here in Jamaica. Well done, EduHub. We are proud of you. Congratulations.
Sorry. Okay, colleagues, I think I am in now. I don't know what happened a while ago, but let me just go ahead and share again. And we're good to go now. All right. Now Zoom is frozen on my phone. Okay, this is a good one. Let me just try again. Try back. I'm going to try to get back into Zoom. 1 second, please. All right. Okay. Good. Let me share again. So let's see. Hope it works this time. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to go through the app itself. This is grade 6. So we have practice tests, mock exams, and challenges, as you would have seen. We also have recent activities. So if there's any recent activity that the child has done, you can see the time and the date. You can also click on it, and you'll be able to see the score as well, and the duration of the exam, etc. Okay? So we're going to start by looking at a practice test. So remember I said that the practice test is based on strand. So every strand that the child is doing in class, then the practice test is based on that. Let me see if we can give away any prize today. Anybody know which strand is being done in mathematics now, or science, or social studies, or language arts? Anybody? Your teachers, most of your teachers or principals, so you must can tell me what strand is happening what strand are you at now at the end of this midterm for mathematics, science, social studies, or language arts?
In maths, they're doing solid, so that is geometry.
Mm-hmm. All right, good one. All right, so they're doing geometry. And what about science? Anybody remember what is happening in science? Grade 6 or grade 4, grade 5, it doesn't matter. Anybody
They're
remember?
doing something about, I think it's pollution in science, environment. Mhm.
Right. And then, all right, so let's look and see. So mathematics. So ratio and proportion, solving equation, sets, money, place, value, solids. I think we said solids. So,
Yes.
so you'll have a quiz on solids, right? So you just click on start. You can choose time mode or practice mode. So time mode, you will see the time moving down. So it's a 12 minute quiz. So you'll see the time running down. So you'll see the read aloud feature as well. So I'm not going to just select an answer for time purpose, right? and I'm going to go ahead and select. Again, listen, of this is not a 3D shape. I think that should be that one. All right. It's going to answer another question. That's going to go through. All right. Hope I get a lot of them right. I'm guessing though. All right, so let's go. And they just select the questions, and then when they're finished answering all of them, they can always go back and correct it if they made a mistake. They go ahead and select. Right, and this is practice test. So there are most multiple choice questions are true or false. And the students that have gotten 40, I got 40%, and I can always review the test. When I review the test, I'll be able to see what is incorrect and what is correct, right? If I have an issue with the question, I can always report. The questions that have the most level of difficulty, you'll get some feedback, whether video or written feedback, right? And we're also assessing to see the level of difficulty per question. They are all written at the different DOK levels. So you'll find DOK 1 to 4 across the question, across the questions. You will also be able to see, as I said, what you get correct versus incorrect, right? So when you're finished, just click on Finish Review. And you'll basically be finished with the review of that question. So you can now see solids here, because we just finished it. It will tell you the date and time solids was done and the grade that I would have received here. All right. Now, mock exams are a little bit different because mock exams are really based on the exams that the child actually do in PEP. So in PEP, for example, they do, in grade 6, they do mathematics, performance tasks, as well as curriculum base. So let me just go back. So you see the performance tasks at the top and the curriculum base below. So they can do the performance tasks as well as the curriculum base. So the curriculum base is for multiple choice questions based on the curriculum, full length exams. All right. For the performance tasks, it is just like how the performance task is set up. It's going to click on Start Test. You have practice mode or time mode. So I'm going to click on practice mode. And because I'm using my phone, you probably won't be seeing everything from there, but I'm seeing everything from it. So Marsha and her family have moved into a new community, and it gives them the question. And then they can, in this case, in their notebook, sketch a map showing the location of each building, because it will require them to actually do the things in their books, depending on the question. And then they're supposed to do the activity. And then when they're finished, they can type the correct answer here. So it could be a combination of in their books as well as in the app. I'm just typing gibberish for now. When they're finished, they go to the next task and they go through again. And they read through it, and they can put their answers here as well. And same thing. For the performance tasks, like language arts and social studies, that require the students to read many sources, the sources are also here, and I'll show you one of those as well. The sources are also here that they have to read through and then give the responses. So I'm going to click on Submit. Submit. And it's not going to mark it automatically because it is performance task and it's lengthier, but you just click on Review Test and you will see what my answer is. So you see answers, you'll see what I put in, which is a gibberish. And then below that, you will see what the suggested correct response is. So from the teacher side, from the parent side, you'll be able to evaluate and see what the child has done versus what the suggested correct response is, and have the students evaluate their answer against what the suggested correct answer is, and they can go through. All right. Again, it will tell them that, for example, diagrams or words can be used to explain or justify. So it will explain to them that. We'll give them what the correct answer is as they go through. All right, finish review. I want to show you one of the performance tasks for like language arts. I'm going to show you one that has the many sources that I have to go through and then respond. So like the math, it's the same thing in terms of they will put in their correct responses, and when they're through, I'm gonna go ahead and click on start practice mode. All right, so it gives them the instructions. So read the two sources below to determine the main idea. So the sources are here, and source 1, source 2, and they have to read through, and then they have a task, which is to copy the graphic designer in their notebooks and identify different main points or sources, and they can type in their answers here, right? Task 2, the main idea is stated below, and it explains to them. Let me just click on done so that you can see. So they're supposed to write 3 supporting statements, so they can go ahead and put their statements here. Some teachers just allow them to do the entire activity in their notebooks. That's also fine. All right. That's also fine. Then, right. Then there's another one here for them to input their answers again. So this one, sorry. This one asks them to write a letter to the principal. And so they put their letters there as well. So I'm going to click on submit again, just to show you what they will see. So I click on review test, and here you will see the sources. And it depends on the task, because there's several tasks. So it depends on the type of task that they are. Some will give them 3 sources, 5 sources, different types of sources, and so on. So it will give them the suggested correct response again. We'll give them the 3 supporting statements. It will also give them an entire letter, a sample letter that they can use. So the whole point of this is so that the students will become familiar in terms of how to answer the questions. Okay? All right, so let's go through some. So this is the practice test per strand, mock exams, right? Based on the actual exams. Curriculum based, full length, same thing for abilities for grade 6. So if you also observe, the exams are also based on, this is also based on the different exam structure. So when they come into mock exams, everything that they need in terms of all the exams that they will be doing are all here in one place. So you have abilities. So for example, abilities is 40 questions. Just go ahead and do the multiple choice. I don't have to go into that because it's the same thing, same multiple choice structure. All right, other features now will include a report. So this is for the,
Excuse me, Miss, we're not seeing the screen again.
Oh, you're not seeing my screen? Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, thank you for that. Zoom is not working with me, and I'm here talking away. I'm so sorry. Zoom has frozen again. Let me try one more time. All right, let me just go ahead and talk you through it while Zoom is coming up on my phone, I hope. All right, so for the report, the report is actually based on the work that the students would have done, right? So let me try again. So let me just share again. Oh, there we go. All right, so the progress report this is where from the student side, they can see their progress. From the teacher side, you have an extensive dashboard that will actually give you all of this information plus more per student and for your entire class. All right. So you have the progress report, which will show you. Why is this thing not working? No, something is wrong with this Zoom. It's not, it just kicked me off again. All right, let me just go through. I can't bother. All right, so the progress report will show you a detail in terms of this progress of the students I will also show you the student's areas of weaknesses. So based on the test that the child would have done, it will then show you that the child is weak in a particular strand, as well as it will show you the exact test that the child would have done based on those areas of weaknesses. I did mention badges and points, which you would have seen the points. So for every correct answer, they get points for those. All right, and they'll also earn badges. So that's basically the app in a nutshell. Let me just finish up this with you, and I'll answer any questions that you might have afterwards, because I don't know why Zoom on my phone is not working. All right, so we have scholarships for the students as well. So in 2023, when we just launched, we actually had a pilot with Hazard Primary, and the students did very well in 2023 in their exams. And so we awarded the top girl from the school who used the app. You'd have seen her in the video if you were watching it earlier. We awarded her a scholarship of $50,000 to cover her expenses. This year, we also have another student from Constant Spring Primary. So she was awarded the 2024 PEP scholarship, and she passed for Immaculate Conception. One thing to note, teachers, principals who are here, is that the application itself enables the students to work on their own. And so what we find is that a lot of students become addicted because they want to get their points, they're doing work on their own, in their spare time, they're on the devices. And that's what we see generally speaking across the board. Another thing that we have observed is that, well, the stats came in, the data came in from the schools that were on the app. And based on the schools that were on the app, all the top boys and girls from these schools all use the app. So for all the schools that were on the app, the top boy or girl actually were on the app in terms of the school signups. So that was good last year. We also have excellent testimonials from principals, teachers, and students in terms of the use of the app and how it really benefited them. And we also have a top school that is Green Island Primary. So the students, I don't know if you know how PEP is marked, but last year, in 2023, right, the top girl got 339.2 as her score. The students in 2024 used the app, and they had 20 students out of the 34 students who signed up for the app who got score of 340 and above. All of them being placed at their top school. So that is a good thing for us because we do know that it works, and they testify to the fact that it works. All right, so one last thing before we go is that in the app itself, it is divided, as I mentioned to you earlier, per grade. So this is Zara, right? And Zara is assigned to grade 4. So when you open the app in grade 4, you will see Zara. When you go to grade 5, you will see, let me just wait until Zara's finished raising. Hi, Zara. So Zara is assigned to grade 4. And then we also have grade 5, where is this? Grade 5, where Jamar is assigned to grade 5. And then grade 6, where grade 5, Jamar, and then grade 6, I don't know what is happening with this thing. Let me try this instead. Right, and then grade 6, we have Amara and Jamal, and they are assigned to grade 6. So once the students open the app, they will actually see these students there, so they know exactly which grade they're in. And these students are also there to support them in terms of sending notifications, etc., etc. All right, so I'm going to pause there. I'm just going to go over the prices for you, so in case you missed it in the first half. So the prices are 4 or 5 if you have 30 students or more across grades 4 to 6. So it will be 4 or 5 per student. 4 or 5 per student if you have 30 students in grades 4 to 5, and it is across grades 4 to 5. And then if you want to sign up as an individual, whether your child or your cousin or your friend, it is $10,000 for the year, right? and $6,000 for 6 months, and $2,000 for 1 month. So for the school, you also get the dashboard to go along with it. Okay, and the dashboard will give you extensive data in terms of how your students are performing. All right, so let me just pause now for any questions, because I know you probably have a lot. If you have any questions, now is a good time to ask. If you have any PTA meetings coming up, you can also ask us to come in and talk to the parents. If you need additional information, we will send you all that we have in terms of the brochure, the school letter to the school. We'll also send you the Excel sheet. So you'll get all the information that you need to get started. So if you are ready to get started, don't delay. Just go ahead and start telling the parents about it. You collect the monies, you contact us and say, yeah, I have X amount of students. I'm ready to sign them up. Okay? And I have a special giveaway, so I hope that you are listening. I usually have a giveaway at the end of my sessions. So let's see who is ready. Are you ready for the giveaway? Nobody not ready. That's good. Can't keep
Yes,
my
I'm
price.
ready.
I can't keep my price to myself. That sounds good. I think Miss Fowler alone is ready. Nobody else not ready yet. But Miss Morgan Jones not ready for any price at all, at all. And you don't even know what the price is, you know, Miss
Good
Morgan?
evening. I just joined. Sorry, I'm late. So
You
I don't
just
even know if I
joined.
can answer the question because I'm hopping out of another meeting. So one meeting to the next, and I have another meeting at 6:45.
Oh Lord, and it is 6:45. Poor you, Miss Spencer. All right, so let me just quickly ask the question. I don't know, Sinitra, how is YouTube? Is there anybody on YouTube that we can also extend the price to them? So the price is going to be that you must tell me. So you must raise your hand and give me the correct answer for this question. All right. So I need Tanisha, let me know if YouTube is still functional. So if it is up and persons are on it, then all right. Okay, great. So let's go. So you're gonna tell me, right? What is the name of the app, the full name of the app, and tell me 2 features of it. So the full name of the app and 2 features of it, of the app. Who is that? Miss Spencer, you ready to go already?
I think I can't find my hand raise button, but I think it's EduHub Study Smart and the features. Let me try. I'm not so sure, but I know.
We can't help you though, you know, Miss Spencer says that you know or you don't know, you know, because somebody else is
Yes, but
and
I'm
is
still
up.
gonna try.
All right.
Features one they do practice questions. I don't know if that's a feature anyway, and I know I don't know the next one. I don't even know if that's a feature of it.
All right. So I'm not gonna tell you if you get it right or wrong, but let me see if is that Raquel, if Raquel has a more concise answer, and then I tell you if you win or not. All right. Raquel, go ahead.
Good night, everyone. I don't know if I'm fully correct either, but
That's
I am
fine.
willing to try. I'm willing to try. The name of the app is EduHub Study Smart, and 2 features are you have timer or no timer, or mock exam, mock exams for each subject areas, whether 4, 5, or 6.
What? What? What?
And
Let me try
also,
one more. I'm gonna
also,
try one more person. If the person don't
hold
get it
hold on,
right, then
hold
you are
on, no,
second
you're
in line.
supposed to pay. You're supposed to pay a subscription.
You're supposed to pay subscription. Okay.
Yes. That
You
that
finish?
that that is a feature. Me not artist. Yes. So
Oh
paying the subscription plus the timer or no
And
timer
some
solution.
dashboard business.
boy. You see Miss Spencer helping you out, you know, with some dashboard business.
And you say you track the students' progress. I think I see that on my son's thing.
Yes.
So I thought, you know,
Teachers for teachers.
I'm
different
late for the
practices.
meeting, you know, so
Miss Spencer,
I'm
Miss
just
Spencer, I
talking
feel like
about
you
the
were
things
here
that
all along, you know. They sure you
no,
were not
I'm
here
just
all along?
no, I don't know. I'm just talking about the things because I
Yeah.
was on it with my son. So you talk about some progress report. I heard that part just a while ago
Which
when you
school are you
talk.
from, Miss Spencer? I
I'm
get
Yeah,
from the
the
Waterton
guy
Primary
let you know the
School in
specific stuff.
Clarendon.
okay, oh, from Waterton. Okay, great, great, great. All right, so
But
Miss
but I
Spencer, you look
joined
like
for my child, not for the school.
you
I'm
try-
just checking out the features because in order I don't want to sell something that I don't know about. So I'm checking the product first.
No problem, no problem. Why it look like yeah, Miss Raquel is gonna have to share the price because the two wanna work so well together. I'm not gonna do it. One is gonna take 1 month and another is gonna take 1 month.
1 month off.
1 month, because I'm gonna give a free subscription now, but the way the two wanna working together, I mean. So all right. So I tell you what.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, Miss Spence, is I'm going to give you 50% off your subscription. And Raquel, I'm going to give you 50% off yours.
But I already subscribed
You
and
already
I pay
subscribed? Oh, so
and
let
I
me
pay
just
for my subscription.
okay, okay. All right. So yeah, so what
But
you want me to give you?
um I do charity, you know, and I have some students that I'm fully responsible for in
Okay.
regards to textbooks and so on. So maybe I could give one of them my portion of the subscription.
No, that's fine with me. So just put your information in the chat so that or when your school is signing up, you can just make a note of the child's name
Okay.
and just indicate that 50% off a subscription from the information session, and we'll know
All
what it
right.
is about.
Okay.
Okay?
The question.
Go ahead, Miss. Who is that now? Miss Raquel?
Yes. For the subscription, I joined late, right? So I was in and out and everything. So for the subscription, when you pay for the subscription as a school, right? What if I pay for like the months or whether the year or whatever? Only one person can log on to that? Or can I have the entire class logging on?
No, Mama, it's per child, look at the learning is personalized. So even if so each child pay for their own subscription. So if it is 30 students in a class, the 30 of them pay for their subscription, and then everybody will have access. Because one thing I can guarantee you is that what's Miss Spencer's son would not want anybody else on his device using it. I can guarantee you that. Because you get points. So when you get in your points, you don't want anybody to go in and mess up your grades. You don't want anybody to go in and mess up your progress report. You don't want anybody to see that this is the area of weakness when it is not. So it is personalized. So the students, even if there's a pair of twin, and there's a twin in one school, and it was hell because the parent didn't want to pay for both of them, and she had to because she realized that she had to. It wasn't working out because they would fight every day because they don't want anybody on their device using it and messing up them points and all of that. No.
No, I thought it was like a subscription where in which you pay for it and like everyone with their own device log on to it and have access. That's what I thought.
No, so the subscription is per student, and so every child will get a subscription, and the school now gets the access free. So in terms of this, the teacher and the principal, the teacher will get access to the dashboard, which is the back end, where you get all your grades and everything there. And so once the students are doing the work on the device, you will then get to see all of that. You can also project the questions on the board so that you can go through each question with your child or the students. So it is more of a teaching tool at the school level. So you don't have to just imagine as a teacher, you don't have to write any questions again because the questions are already prepared and they're there. And all you need to just tell the students, go and do solids part one quiz, and it automatically marks it. You've seen all of the grades. You can go through the questions with them. So it makes your life a lot easier because now you don't have to be sitting down and searching for questions and then photocopying the paper and then marking the paper and then giving me the grades and then go. No. All of that cut out now.
Nice work, man. Less stressful.
Yes.
So how we get access to it? It's free.
From the teacher, once you submit the names
Yeah.
of your students, on the same form, the teacher's name will also be submitted. So if you teach grades 4, 5, or 6, and you have a student on the app, or your students are on the app, then you just add your name, your grade, and your email address, and we'll create the account for you.
All right, so they will have to give me that information, or when they are signing up, they would
We will actually send you the form when the meeting is finished.
okay.
So we'll send you the form tomorrow with the registration form, so you can have your students. You can complete for your students. So from your side as a teacher, one thing that you need to do is collect the monies from the students and make sure you have their email addresses. That's it.
Them no mean to my damn parents still. Oh, God.
Some people have fundraisers and them talk to the because some PTAs that I go to, some of the parents are paying the money same time because they realize the value. And the teachers also realize the value in it because it makes their work a lot easier. So mock exams coming up, just give them a mock exam from the app, do it, and you sit down and discuss it. And you go through with the students. So you don't have to do your work cut in more than half. Technically not have much work to do. All right.
Okay.
Any other questions in regards to the application? In regards to anything else that you want to ask, just now is a good time. It's an information session. It's a good time to ask all your questions, make all your statements. Anything that you need, you just go ahead and ask. I'm right here. I think somebody just came on a while ago. I think that's Sharnette. Sharnette, you just came on? Yes.
Good evening, yes.
Okay, Sharnette. So you have a lot of catch up to do. So what we're going to do, we're going to send via email of everybody that have registered already. We're going to send via email all the information that we just discussed with you. It's in a formal letter to the school. We also have the registration sheet. Sorry. And we also have a brochure that has detailed information about how to sign up. Okay. The YouTube link is also available. So if in case you miss a session, you can just go to the YouTube link, which is in the chat, and you can just watch what you missed as well. But we'll send all the information. I hope you'd have signed up. Those persons who haven't signed up, just drop your email in the chat before you leave, so that we can send you the necessary information. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, any other questions? Let me just check and see who are the schools that were present before we run off. And then I will tell you your formal thank yous. And so Miss, I think it's Raquel. Raquel, do the same thing like Miss Pencil, where you just go ahead and put your information in the chat, as well as just if you're gonna give your pass to a student or your child, you can do that. All right, so you can get a 50% off. All right, let me see. So we had persons from Washington, Simon, Hyman. Okay. This one happy. Prickly Paul. All right. I see Albert Town. Heinz. Who's here from Heinz? Leon. Are you a student, Leon? Or a parent or a teacher? Where's Leon? Leon? I think it's a student. It seems to be a student. Discovery Bay, all age and infant. All right, great. All right, colleagues, if you have no other questions for me at this time, thank you so much for jumping on board and for listening and for participating. Do feel free to reach out to us. Our direct line is 876. You can make a quick note of this. And Tanisha can also put it in the chat. 876-513-2626. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to respond. That's also a WhatsApp line, so you can also send us a WhatsApp with any questions that you might have. Okay? Thank you again, colleagues, for coming on. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day.
All right, thank you, and same to you. Sorry, I've been in and out. All
No
right?
problem. All right.
Okay.